It's the current year of 2020, and I gotta say, Jesus, we have people going buck wild that World War III was coming, virus chants sweeping the nation of China with the sniffles, and now we got Peta's face showing up again. Oh, Peta.
No!
If you've seen the previous small video I did about Peta, you can tell I have no respect or sympathy for this hollow soul of a foundation. Peta is known for their ridiculous protests that range from silly to human mutilation. The last we heard about this group is the Steve Irwin incident, stating he was rightfully killed for what he's done to animals, even though he's one of the biggest animal lovers on the planet. And Peta again were called out on it. So Peta again is on another protest, this time against a dog sledding competition in northern Alaska.
Where is the place? No! Excuse! Animal abuse! Never excuse!
I know the first thing you see comes to mind is the fursuits, but this could have been the choice of the protesters, not being furries themselves, cause even furries have standards when it comes to their suits.
Hi, I'm Ruby, and I'm a furry juggalo.
I'm Dad. I'm a juggalo furry.
The only thing to point out is the lack of any strength or force when it comes to beating the shit out of a van. I'm not really surprised with the fact that these two protesters can't hold up 20 pounds of a sledgehammer. It's not even how you hold it, darling. I can guess that it's two women in the costumes, see how they hold the damn tool. Probably not the brightest idea, swinging a sledgehammer with the might of a 5-year-old struggling with that fat head on your shoulders, and with the camcorder wrapped tightly around the eye holes. Not bright at all. It's sad because I've seen dudes rip apart a car with their bare hands, and these two can't even lift 20-pound weights. We're like almost a minute in, and they have done nothing to this van other than the tiny holes in the front windshield, and the other giving love taps to the backside. Come on, this is truly embarrassing. Well, fucking finally. After a minute or so, they finally bust the window. But what does this protest do other than annoying and make people laugh? Well, the reason why they're trying to beat up this car is one of the many sponsors of this dog sledding race is Chrysler. And Peta, being of sound mind, thinks it's a smashing idea to buy a van from Chrysler to destroy it in protest.
That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Because yeah, when I want to protest heroin use, I grab a spoon, a lighter, heat up some heroin, tie up that arm, and shoot up. That'll show those pesky drug dealers. So, it is said that about 150 dogs die because of this race. I get it. I've lived in Alaska, lovely place but cold as Zoe's heart.
That was cold-blooded.
So, what does this protest even do? You want to protest a sponsor by buying their product. It's counterproductive at best, and you just made somewhat a mess. Because you and I both know these fucks most likely didn't pick up their protest after themselves. Have a lot of tiny critters around to mistaking broken glass as food. I mean, it's not like you're animal activists or anything. But this is Peta we're talking about. It's widely known Peta has mass euthanations, over 80, even 90% of the animals they take in. It's even known to have their old workers and insiders call their vehicles as, quote, death vans. In many cases, Peta employees have been known to steal pets right out of yards to murder them inside these vans. Dumpsters around their shelters and headquarters filled with bodies of young domesticated animals. And again, I like to bring up the founder is on record stating that the pit bull as a breed needs to be exterminated. So PETA has always used animals as cudgels when it comes to browbeating the public. And like all hypocrites, they are doing the same or even more than what they're yelling about. And again, Chrysler is just sponsoring the event. You can't blame this company for what happens to the dogs. That falls on the owners of the dogs. And again, this is coming from a group that has killed a lot more than 150 dogs. For what we got from 2016, 1,400 of 2,000 animals. It's about 75% of the kill-death ratio. And most animals brought in are young animals. So I can never take these people all too seriously when they're just big fat fucking hypocrites when they have done the same thing 10 times worse.